as always, please listen to your bodies. If you've got any aches, pains, injuries, feel free to come out of poses and modify them. We're going to do a little bit of everything today. And yeah, we'll just see how we get on. So we're going to start by coming into child's pose. So bring yourself into child's pose. You can bring the feet, the knees together or the knees out wide. It's entirely up to you. And just bring the hands in front of you. Just start coming into the breath. So I'll keep an eye on the phone in case anyone else joins us. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel that breath all the way through the ribs, towards the shoulders and the head. So just try to make it nice and deep. And just bring your awareness into how your body's feeling right here, right now. No judgment, just embracing it as it is. And I want you to slowly walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. You can take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and just go deeper into that side stretch. It's entirely up to you. And we're breathing into that left side body now. And I want you to place the hands on the mat and just from where you are, gently lift yourself off the mat. So you're coming into sort of like a side tabletop pose. I want you to take that left leg out straight and take the left hand off the mat and come into a little twist over to the left. So just breathe in with it. What I want you to do from here is to just adjust yourself. So fan that right leg out slightly. And I want you to bring yourself into sort of like a side plank with that right knee down. And then from here, I want you to lift that left leg and release. Lift and release. So nicely with control. And let's do 10 of these all together. So try and keep that right shoulder nice and strong as well. When you've done your 10, slowly bring yourself back into your side child's pose. So take your time, bring yourself back into that position and just take a couple of breaths here. And just feel the ribs expanding. And I want you to slowly walk the hands back to center. So just take a moment, see how the body feels. When you're ready, let's walk it over to the left. You can take hold of the right wrist this time. You want to go deeper into that stretch. And then from here, I want you to lift your body up, coming into your side sort of tabletop pose. Straighten the right leg this time. And we're going to lift that right hand off the mat, twisting over towards the left, towards the right, sorry. Just breathe in with it. And remember to keep that left shoulder nice and strong. We're going to just fan that lower left leg out slightly and bring ourselves into a varied side plank. And from here, I want you to lift that right leg up and down 10 times. Nice and controlled. When you've done your 10, gently come back into your side child's pose. You take your time. We'll take a couple more breaths there. And let's slowly come back to center. And then from here, we're going to come up onto the fingertips. So really feel each finger pad pressing into the mat. Notice the sensation in the shoulders as well. We're going to come up and just cross the legs and bring yourself into a seated position. And we're going to work through just a little bit of yin. So take hold of your belt and bring yourself all the way down into the mat. We're just going to do our usual hamstring stretches. So I want you to take the belt or the scarf, as long as it's secure, bring it around that right foot. So nicely and safely place it there. And bring your elbows so they're kind of towards the mat. You can straighten the left leg or keep that knee bent. And as you breathe, just gently draw that right leg towards the upper body. You can bend the knee a little bit if it helps. If you find that you're bending it so much that you lose the stretch, just take that leg away a little bit. And it's not a competition, it's just doing what's right for you at this very moment. You can use the breath to take you a little deeper. You can make any adjustments if you want, if your edge has shifted maybe. And let's settle in for a final few breaths. When you're ready, slowly release. Just bring that right knee into the chest. And let's rotate the ankle in both directions and flex and point the foot. So we're going to stick with the right. I'm going to spin around on the count of space. And we're going to take that right foot again, belt around it. Take it with the right hand this time. You can straighten the left leg or keep that knee bent. Place the left hand on the left hip. So you're trying to keep a nice neutral pelvis. I'm going to slowly draw that right leg out to the right. Take your time. Breathe in, breathe out. So just notice how it's feeling in this position. If you feel any pain, just come out of it. Just keep breathing all the way in, all the way out. The reason we use the bow is just to have a little bit of control and to be safe. So we're not going too far. Take a few more breaths. When you're ready, you're going to slowly release. Just bring that knee in. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Rotate the ankle and flex and point. You can just give it a nice squeeze of the upper leg as well. I'm going to move over to the left side. So I'm going to take that left foot this time. Right knee can be bent or straight leg. And just draw that left leg towards the face. We're opening up the hamstrings. And you'll almost always find it's tighter on one side. So I'm definitely tighter on my left. That's perfectly normal. Then you can make any adjustments. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer. Right with the breath. When you're ready, slowly release. Let's squeeze that knee in. Rotate the ankle in both directions. Flex and point. So we're going to stay with the left. And we're going to take that left leg out to the side. So take the belt around that left foot. Take the right hand on that right hip. We're just going to take ourselves out to the left. I'm going to angle myself so I've got more room. It's quite easy for that right hip to lift up. But just discipline yourself. We're just trying to stretch. You can use that breath if it finds you more space. That's absolutely fine. We're going to stay for a little bit longer, so make any adjustments if you need to. When you're ready, I'm going to slowly release, draw it in, and just put the belt to the side and squeeze that knee in. What we're going to do next is we're just going to move into a short abs sequence. If you have a block or even a cushion, you want to get hold of it. Just give yourself a little bit of time to get hold of it. And what we're going to do, when you've got your block or your cushion, we're going to bend the knees and we're going to bring that block. So you're going to lift the feet off, bring that block here just in front of the knees. You can have it this way or you can have it this way, whatever suits you. And we're going to bring the elbows and place them on the block. And you can bring them just gently towards the side of the head. And we're going to inhale. And as you inhale, lift the chest and take that left leg out. You can straighten it or keep it bent. And we're going to bring it in. And then we're going to switch. Take the right knee out and bring it in. You can just vary a little bit if you want. We're going to just do 5 on each side. Slowly bring yourself back to the mat. We're just going to rest here for about 3 breaths. And we're going to do that again. Okay, so set yourself up again for one more set. So bring the elbows onto the block. And we're going to take it out one leg at a time. Well, and bring it in. You can really feel that. It does make a difference. And you've got the block. So we're going to move on to the next exercise. Just take a few moments to rest. The next exercise, we're going to have the block in between the legs. So ideally the upper legs towards the ankles. And we're going to take our leg raises. So we're going to start engaging those inner thigh muscles as well. Just take it down, find your hover point and lift it up. Take it down and lift it up. And you can tap the abs, checking that they're working. And we're going to do 10 all together. So I think that's 4. You've done your 10. Slowly bring yourself back. Release the block. We're just going to rest for a few moments. We are going to do that one more time. You've got the option of doing 10 as we've just done, or if you want to go a little bit further, you can add a little lift. So what you can do is you can come all the way down. And as you come up, just lift the hips off just for a moment, like so. Okay, so let's take a few more breaths, mainly for me. We're going to get ready to go one more time. So take that block, place it between the lower legs, and let's go. Halfway through. Final one. Whoa. And when you've done them all, release the block. Really good work, everyone. That was pretty strong on the abs. It certainly was for me. So just going to take a few breaths. And we're going to do one more pose with the block. And that's going to be our bridge pose. And what I want you to do is place the block between the thighs. And the idea is to encourage you to engage those inner thigh muscles. So this is a dynamic bridge pose. So bring the block there. Feet pressing into the mat, arms by the side. We're going to inhale to lift. Squeeze that block. And we're going to stay here for a few more breaths. You can stay like this or you can change it. An option you've got is to take the shoulders, draw them in towards the spine and take hold of the hands underneath the glutes. Just keep the neck nice and neutral. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, just release the hands and slowly bring yourself back to the mat. Just do the shoulders nice and neutral. Take the block away and just place it to the side. I'm going to bring the hands spread out wide and lift the hips up. Shuffle them over to the right as we twist over to the left. Really breathe all the way in, all the way out. When you're ready, take a deep inhale and exhale all the way out. And we're going to inhale as we come back to center. I'll just take a couple of breaths here. Just monitor how you're feeling, check in on yourself. We're going to bring the arms out wide. And we're going to inhale as we lift the hips, shuffle them over to the left slightly as we twist over to the right. So just breathe in, breathe out. We're breathing into that left side body as well. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. And as you inhale, bring yourself all the way back to center. Take a couple of moments here, see how you're feeling. And I want you to draw the knees into the chest and give yourself a nice little hug. I'm going to take the forehead towards the knees, lift up, shoot the arms away from the body. And we're going to exhale to release. Take two more. And I want you to start rocking up and down the spine or roll out to the side. And we're going to come into our seated position. Okay? And then from here, I want you to take the legs out wide. So we're coming into straddle pose. We're still working into the legs. See if you can find that space. You can shuffle them a little bit wider. Just hold it here. You can start walking the hands a little bit forward if you want to go deeper into this stretch. Make sure you support yourself. It's not going to be here for too long. See if you can get some more space as you breathe. When you're ready, I want you to slowly come up on the inhale. And I want you to inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's take one more. Nice. This time I want you to leave that right hand on that right leg. We're going to inhale as we lift through the left and exhale as we stretch over that right leg. So this is quite a nice side stretch. Keep that right leg nice and active. Take it a little deeper if that's available, but try to make sure that you're nicely rooted into the mat. And slowly inhale and come up. Take a couple of breaths here. We're going to inhale as we lift that right arm up and we're going to stretch it over to the left this way. You're doing really well, guys. Remember just to be kind to your body and listen to your body. So keep breathing all the way in, all the way out. Slowly come up on the inhale. Just take a couple of breaths here. When you're ready, we're going to draw the legs in together. We're going to bring the hands behind, fingers pointing towards the toes. And we're going to inhale as we lift up, coming into a reverse plank. So it's a nice counter pose. Drop the head back. A deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly tuck the chin in and gently bring your hips back to the mat. What we're going to do from here is we're going to come into our tabletop position. We're going to start our cat-cow breaths. So hands spread out nice and wide. Just check your alignment. Check how you're feeling. We're going to inhale as we tilt the pelvis towards the mat. Draw the belly down. Bring the shoulders into the spine as the gaze comes up. Exhale. Let's reverse that motion. So take your time. Really feel the whole spine moving. Just be aware of anything that's going on. We'll take a couple more of these and we will come back to our neutral spine. Nice. And when you're ready, I want you to take that right foot and place it in between the hands at the top of the mat. You're just coming onto that back knee. I want you to start bending forward into that right knee. So we're working into the back hip flexor as well. Should be a nice stretch. Work with the breath. And then let's bring the bum back towards the heels and we're stretching into that right. Let's come back. And this time I want you to place that left hand on the mat. Take the right hand and just stabilize that left shoulder as we slowly twist over to the right. Take the right arm up, or you can bring it to the back of the head. Option to lift the back knee. So remember here we're working into that left shoulder as well. So really feel that stability in the shoulder blade. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring that right hand back to the mat. We can gently drop that knee down if it's lifted and come back into your tabletop position. Then from here, let's do the other side. So let's take that left foot forward. Start bending into that left knee. Slowly bring the bum back towards that heel and working into that left. Nice. And coming all the way back, let's leave that right hand on the mat this time. Stabilize the right shoulder this time with the left hand. And lift the left arm up or behind the head. Option to lift the back knee. I really want you to try and keep that right shoulder nice and safe. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, slowly release that left hand back to the mat. Bring yourself back into your tabletop position. And we're going to slowly walk the hands and come to sitting on the heels. Just working into the feet a little bit. You're going to inhale as we lift up. Exhale to lower. Let's take one more. And release. And take a few shoulder rolls in both directions. We're going to rotate the wrists both directions and open and close. You could do some other stretches like this if you want. Nice. When you're ready, slowly bring the hands back to the mat. We're going to lift the hips up as we come into our downward facing dog. So check your alignment here in downward facing dog. Check that you're not sinking that chest towards the mat on its own. You are keeping that strength and stability in the back of the body here. So breathe into the spine and the pelvis as well. We're going to inhale as we lift the heels, exhale to low. And again. And one more time, lift the heels, hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And we're going to do our tricep dips here. So lower the elbows to hover and lift. Try to keep that dog shape as you're doing it, working into the triceps. Just take a couple of breaths, and we're going to take 5 more. Lower the elbows. You don't have to do this, it's just an option. Back. We're going to take 3 lion's breaths. I think someone has just joined. I'm not sure what's going on. Sorry guys, just bear with me, I'm just letting someone in. We're going to take 3 lion's breaths here. You can pedal the feet, bend the knees. You're going to take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands and slowly walk the feet towards the hands. And just come into a ragdoll for a few moments. And swing it out, shake the head, nod the head, whatever you need. Just relax the back muscles here. Let gravity do its thing. And the knees. Just let go wherever you are. I want you to slowly start coming all the way up. Remember to keep that bend in the knees if you want them coming up, just to protect the back as well. And lift the arms up overhead. Come onto the tiptoes. Nice big stretch. And release. We'll take a few shoulder rolls in both directions. I want you to take the hands and place them on the lower back. So just protect your lower back. And we're just going to come into a back bend. You don't have to go very far. Just do what you're feeling right now. And slowly come up. Nice. I'm going to come into our Tadasana. So bring the feet together or keep them apart. Lift the toes up. Spread them out as you bring them back to the mat. A little bit more weight towards the heels. Shoulders away from the ears. Arms by the side. We've got about 15 minutes to go. Got time for a few nice sun salutations. You can come into that Ujjayi breath if it's available. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's drop it back to plank pose. You're going to hold plank for a couple of breaths. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Just take one more inhale. And exhale as you lower down. So bend the elbows, hug them in, open the heart. Downward facing dog. Going to take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to gaze between the hands and step or walk feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And we're going to stay in the fold just a little bit longer. So just working to opening out the hamstrings. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel that breath all the way in the back. We're going to inhale to rise. So float the arms all the way up. Exhale to release. Take a couple of breaths here. And inhale to rise. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank pose. Okay, so just breathe in, breathe out. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, let's bend the elbows, hug them in. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. Making the adjustments that you need. We're going to inhale that right leg in the air. We're going to bend the knee, bring it to the nose. Hold it here. I want you to tap the mat, tap the mat, tap the mat. Hold. and lift. Let's bend the knee and take it over to the right elbow. Hold it here, engage the core and lift. And this time we're going to take it over to the left. Nice little twist. And slowly open that right leg out, twist up to the sky. Lift that left hand off the mat. Take it nice and slow. One more inhale. As you exhale, we need to drop that left hand to the mat. Keep that right foot where it is for now. And slowly start bending that right knee. And we're going to come into pigeon pose on the right side. So make your adjustments. Flex that right foot. You can come down onto the mat. Your choice. When you're ready, I want you to slowly bring yourself back onto your flat hands if you're not already there. We're going to tuck the left toes under. Start sort of gently bending the elbows as we inhale and we shoot that right leg back into the air, the three-legged dog. You can stay here or you can stack the hips right over left and you can drop it into wild thing. Your choice. Now we can come back into three-legged dog. You've got the option of working through a three-legged chaturanga. Open the heart, downward facing dog. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, gaze up. Exhale to release. Just take a few moments here. I'm going to run through the other side. So you have a little bit more idea what to expect. Just take a couple more breaths. Find your Tadasana. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank. Hold it for a little bit longer. Check your alignment. Draw the heels away. Let's take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, let's lower it down. Elbows in, open the heart. And let's come into downward facing dog. We're going to lift that left leg in the air. Let's bend the knee, bring it to the nose. Hold it here. And tap. And tap. And tap. And come back. Lift it all the way up. Let's bend the knee, bring it over to the left elbow. And release. Let's take it over to the right for our little twist. Let's straighten that left leg. And let's bring that right hand off the mat for our twist over this side now. So nice and strong in that left shoulder. We're going to exhale to release. Bring that right hand down. Stay in your little funky twist. And then we're going to slowly start drawing that left knee out, coming into pigeon pose on the left side. Doing really well, everybody. So just keep going. Listen to your body. You've got this. I want you to flex that left foot. So we're protecting that left knee. You can come all the way down. ready, just bring yourself back to flat hands if you're not already there. You're going to tuck the right toes under and just gently bend the elbows as we shoot that left leg back into three-legged dog. Now remember your options. You can stack the hips or you can drop back into wild thing. Up to you. If you want, you can come back into three-legged dog and you can run through a three-legged vinyasa. Back into downward facing dog. So let's all meet in down dog. I want us to take 3 lion's breath here. Let's take one more inhale. And as you exhale, let's gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Exhale to release. And take a few shoulder rolls here in both directions. Come back to Tadasana. Inhale to rise. Exhale, let's fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step into plank pose. Let's hold plank for a bit longer. For 5, for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale. Exhale, let's lower it down. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, gaze between the hands. Step or walk feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lift. Take a few more shoulder rolls here. We're going to come into a few standing poses and we're going to work our way to the mat. We've got about 5 minutes left. We're going to start with tree pose. So I want you just to sort of see if you can neutralize the pelvis and the hips. Get that standing leg, press that foot into the mat. And start lifting the other leg. So I'm going to lift the right leg first. Press the foot either above the knee, below the knee, or the toes can touch the mat. Try to keep the hips in line if that's available. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. When you're ready, you can release the hands. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to slowly bring the hands back to heart center. And gently release that right leg. Bring that right knee to the chest. See if you can keep the hands where they are. Now we're going to slowly start bringing that right leg behind us, pivoting forward into our warrior 3. You can release the hands if you want. When you're ready, slowly come back and keep that right leg a little bit straight and sweep it right in front of us. Gently bend the knee, hug it in, and release. And just shake it out. I'm going to move over to the other side. So press the other foot into the mat. I'm going to take my left foot this time and press it into our hands to heart center. And let's release that tree. If you're ready. Keep breathing. When you're ready, we're going to slowly bring the hands back to heart center. Let's release that leg. Keep the hands to heart center if you can. Let's start pivoting forward into our warrior 3. The other side. You can release the hands behind you. Don't worry if you fall or wobble. You lift that lifted leg a bit higher and try to get it parallel to the mat. I find it helps the balance. Just do what works for you. And we're slowly going to start coming up I'm going to fall out of it as per usual. We're going to sweep that left leg in front of us. Just take it wherever it comes. Let's bend that left knee into the chest and release. It's funny, isn't it, how your body is on different days? Because usually that's my stronger side, but today it was my weaker side. And that's fine. So let's bring the feet mat distance apart. Take the hands out in front of you. Stretch them forward. We've got about 3 minutes to go. But just remember, we started a couple of minutes late. And then we're going to start bending those knees, coming all the way down. See if you can keep the arms out straight for now. What I want you to do is just to hold it here for a few moments. And then slowly release the bum to the mat. And see if you can bring yourself all the way down into your final Shavasana. So just release, breathe into the ribs, create that space in the upper body. And just let yourself go for a few moments. And we're going to start to deepen the breath. Let's slowly start wriggling the fingers and the toes. Let's rotate the ankles and the wrists in both directions. Just draw the legs together and lift each knee into the chest, one by one. Just give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock. And I want you to open out wide for a nice big stretch. And let's all meet in a comfortable cross-legged position. So just meet there in a few breaths. We're just going to come to a nice seated position, keeping the eyes closed and the face soft. I'm going to bring the hands to heart center. I want to thank everyone for joining me for today's practice. As you know, it's part of the 100 minutes of yoga in aid of the 10 times challenge for London Legal Support Trust. So it's in lieu of the London Legal Walk. So thank you to everyone for taking part. And we're going to end the practice with 3 clearing breaths. And let's bring the thumbs up to the third eye. I just wanted to share this little quote from Hans Christian Andersen. Just living isn't enough. One must have sunshine, freedom, and a little flower. The inner light in me will always honour the inner light in me. Thank you for today's practice. Thanks very much, ladies. I hope that was okay.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks, Shabs.
Thank you. That was a good one.
Oh, nice.
You know, that was a really good one.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. I'll send you an email around for next week. Probably be Tuesday and Thursday, but I'll drop a line on Monday normally, yeah?
Okay.
Thanks, Rabs. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye,
Brilliant.
Before we go, I don't know if just have a second if I could take a picture for the marketing of it. Is that okay?
Yeah, I don't mind. How do you want us?
I don't really know, to be honest. I've never taken a Zoom picture before, but
Is it just like a screenshot or something?
I could do that. I'll take that away. Okay, just smile. Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Not sure if that's worked, but
You can
sorry,
check
Mark.
if you want.
Ellie, I've got a couple of pictures as well.
Oh, have you? Okay, all good then.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Caroline. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.